Are there any people about? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
First thing that comes to mind is that no, there isn't. Then I think there must be. But I just sense that there is.
Okay, very good. I want you to look down again at your feet and tell me what you see. What's the first thing that pops up?
Brown boots.
Brown boots, great. Okay. And are these boots, you think that they're old? Could you see them very well, or do you just sense that they're boots?
They're older, they're worn, traveled.
Beautiful. Okay. Now, are you carrying anything?
A spear of some type, long.
A long spear. Can you tell what it's made out of? Is it made out of metal or wood or something else?
The shaft of it's all wood. The blade is metal. It's not, looks kind of flimsy.
Okay.
It's not really scary.
Okay. Now I'd like, go ahead. Now, do you feel yourself as being a man? Is this a male entity?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like you to take a spiritual mirror. This spiritual mirror is probably 3 foot by 2 foot, and it's light. It's very, very, very light. It's a spiritual mirror. But I would like you to hold that mirror up in front of you and tell me what's the first thing that you see. You look into that mirror.
Man, very strong, young, maybe 20s, early 30s, brown hair.
Are you handsome?
Yeah.
Is your hair long or short?
Medium. It's wispy.
Uh-huh.
It's not long, but it's not short.
Now, are you clean shaven, or do you have a beard or a rough, like stubble?
A light stubble.
A light stubble. What's your name?
Peter?
Peter. When I say the name Peter, does that sound right?
Yeah.
Did you say yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Peter, you can put that mirror down now, and I'd like you to go ahead and go further in time to the next event, the next thing we need to know in this lifetime. Why we're here at this castle, to tell us the answers that we need to know about what this castle is and why you have a spear. So I'm going to count to 3 slowly so you can kind of adjust, moving and drifting to that perfect time to tell us what's going on. 1, almost there. 2, and 3. Be there now to find out the answers, the most appropriate answers for our journey today. So Peter, tell me, what's going on?
It's important that young men how to fight.
I'm sorry, Peter, I didn't quite hear that. It's important what?
It's important that men know how to fight, know how to defend, be strong, and being taught how to use a spear, how to fight, how to protect my mother, my sisters. My father's teaching me.
So, Peter, how old are you now when your father's teaching you? Are you in your 20s or are you now a young boy?
Like 11.
11.
I made that spear. That's why it's not so good.
I see.
But I like it. It's important to me. I made it.
Yes. So, Peter, what's your father's name?
Walter.
Walter. And how do you feel about Walter?
He's tough. He's under a lot of stress. So we try to help reduce the stress, be helpful. He's a good man. He made it well.
Now, Peter, would you do me a favor and look into your father Walter's eyes and tell me if you recognize him from the life in Christina now. Is he familiar at all?
I want to say he's my current father, but I really don't know for sure.
Okay, well, that's fine. All right. What is it why is he under stress? What things are what is he stressed about? Is there that he has to worry about defending and protecting? What is he protecting the family from?
There's people who are bad. They're thieves. Sometimes they'll ride around to different farms and take things and abuse people, be mean, try to scare. And they don't work. They're lazy. They drink. They just take. So we have to be ready in case they come. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They can be very rough.
Very,
One of her sisters.
how many sisters do you have?
3.
And is your mom still around?
Yeah,
Do you see her? What's her name?
Marie. She's quiet. She's real quiet.
Now, do you have any brothers?
No, I don't think so.
So Peter, it sounds like you're going to have a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, sucks.
Now, any of the other family, do you recognize any of the family of the sisters or the mother, Marie?
No,
It doesn't matter what comes. I'll just allow it to flow. Let it be.
on an island.
Beautiful, an island. Tell me about this island. Are you above it or right on the island? First thing that comes to mind.
I'm over the ocean. I'm hovering over it, over the ocean, looking at it, nearby it. It's not super large. It's not small. Lots of animals, plant life.
And what kind of animals
Very
are?
pretty.
What kind of animals do you see? Can you make out hint what kind they are?
Lizard type
Beautiful.
animals, lots of birds,
Is it
toucans,
is it a rocky island with a rocky shore, or has it got a sandy shore?
sandy.
Are the beaches large, or are they just small?
They're smaller.
Are there palm trees on this island?
There's palm trees. There's one, like an older tribe type people. It's kind of out in the nowhere. It's There's a continent close by, but it's still far enough away. The island is would be considered remote. And there's a tribe that lives on the island. They have for centuries. They consider it theirs.
I want you to go ahead and go down on this island and describe the people to me.
They're dark skin. They wear different ornaments, things that they've made from the animals, feathers. They wear this makeup, colors, very colorful. They're they carved from animal bones, some type of bone, maybe human bone, different types of jewelry. They're very, they appear savage like, but they don't have much conflict, so they're really not very conflicting. They're not fighting, or they kind of mind their own business, but they have an appearance. To others, they might appear as looking savage and ready to fight, but they're really not.
How tall are these people? Are they real tall or short? Medium?
They're average.
Are there a lot of children there?
Hmm. There's probably 200 of them, 100.
Mm-hmm. And
They're
what kind of dwellings do they live in?
made of grasses, leaves that are,
Grasses? Mm-hmm.
yeah, leaves
Just
they've
big leaves.
woven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they take the leaves and they strip them
Mm-hmm.
into pieces and weave them together, use it as binding. Their houses are very nice, actually.
And
They're
and
sturdy.
I'd like you to look down at your feet now and tell me what you see.
With big, ugly feet.
Okay.
No shoes. Big feet.
Okay. And do you feel masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
How old do you feel like you might be?
Like 30s. Not old, but not young.
And are you carrying anything at the moment?
No, I don't feel like I am.
How do you feel? What kind of emotions are you feeling now?
Um, I feel extremely relaxed.
Let's go ahead and go now into the future or the past and go. Well, first let's go to your home where you live. Let's go to your hut or the house that you live in. Count to three. One, two, three. Can you describe this house?
I feel like it's a cave. It's
Okay.
not like houses.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other people, it's a cave. It's in a mountain, but there's no mountain, so I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple. I don't perceive there to be any kind of even door. It's just very simple. Maybe there's not a door per se, but there's a covering actually of some type for privacy and weather. But it's very simple. I
What
feel
do
like I don't want the hut. I don't want I like the simple. I prefer the more simple the better. I want that. Even the hut was too much.
so what do they call you here? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
The only thing that's coming to mind is almost like a sound, like it wouldn't be a name.
Yeah, what's that sound?
It sounds ridiculous. I just like, oh,
Oh,
but that sounds ridiculous.
good. That's good. That's fine. So let's now go to an important scene in this lifetime. I'm gonna count to three, and we're going to drift and float and find out an important time in this lifetime. One, two, and three. Be there now. What's happening now?
I feel like I'm an elder of some type and surrounded by children, telling stories, teaching them about astrology, the stars, how we use it for information, how we work with nature and spirit, how we commune with it, communicate, gather information, how to harness the energy, passing along wisdom. I think it might be Mayan. I don't know. I feel very strong weight on the astrology side of things, the stars, knowing a lot of information about the stars, the solar system.
Are do you what? So is this your role in this tribe? Is being a teacher, or is it a healer, or both? What do you think is the main
A
function?
teacher,
You're more of a teacher. Okay.
more of a teacher, more of a shaman type person, but there's healings, but I don't, I'm not a witch. I don't use herbs. I only use energy and the elements around me. I don't see me working with earthly herbs and earthly medicines, more, more spirit, etheric based, the stars and astrology, more etheric, not earth based.
Do you see yourself being married? Are you married? Do you have children?
No, I don't feel like I do. I feel like I hold some type of priestly leadership type role, more knowledge, wisdom based. And that's really my role.
Okay, beautiful. So let's go forward now into this lifetime and find out what happens. What happens to you? One, two, and three. Be there now. Where are you? What's going on?
I feel like I'm trying too hard again. I keep on blocking myself.
I see. Let's go back into the lifetime of this native, perhaps Mayan leader, and go to the last day of its life. I'm going to count to three, and I want you to go the last day when you take your last breath back into that life, a beautiful life, being a teacher. One, two, and three. Now, who's there with you now?
It's a handful of older women inside of one of those huts. Just feel like I'm on the bed, sweating. Cold. There's like 4 or 5 women, older women, scurrying about the house. They're boiling some water. There's a big fire pit right in the middle of the room. It's a small place, so they're kind of on top of each other. They're messing with, they're trying to help by using earthly herbs and plants, calling the spirits and trying to work with my spirit in my transition to help me.
What do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel good because I just don't need anything. I never got married and didn't have a family because I don't need one.
Okay.
I'm very strong in being alone. My family was the whole village. I feel like I'm different in that respect.
Mm-hmm. I want
I
you to,
feel
I'd like you now to go ahead and transition out of this body and look down at the scene after you've passed, after you've taken your last breath, and tell me when you get there.
I'm there.
How do you feel?
Good.
What was the purpose of this life? What lessons were there?
I feel like it was about non attachment, not requiring, feeling the need for other things, other people, appreciating them, but not needing them, not requiring them, self fulfillment, self love, self achievement, the knowledge that's within, sharing. doing so freely without having to do it, but wanting to do it, sharing, being at peace with being by yourself, being a role model, being okay with nothing because you know you have everything.
So did you feel like you've achieved all those things in that lifetime?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful. I'd like you to go ahead now and transition up to the light and tell me who's there to meet you.
My guides,
Wonderful. What do they say?
welcome back.
How many guides do you have?
Or
And what do they look like to you? What is their appearance?
I feel like one of them resembles Archangel Michael, the way that we're shown he looks. I don't know.
What's his name? What's that guide's name?
I don't know if this is right or not, but I'm going to say Glenn.
Glenn. Very good. And what are the other guides' names?
Matthew, Zora, Adam.
Okay. So I want you to go ahead and proceed now and tell me where you go next.
They take me to, there's a, it's like on a big cloud almost.
Okay.
I see big white arches or pillars on each side. And we stand there and they show me flashes of memories, my life, review almost. It's, it's very cool.
Were there any specific ideas or things that you needed to see to learn from? Any values or principles?
Tell me I worry too much. I try too hard to understand. Very hard on myself. But do a good job.
Beautiful. So let's go ahead and go to the next place that they take you.